Hello, everyone. Welcome back. We're continuing chapter 16, Deception. Okay, so let's jump right in. Another 3 days of bonding has created a newfound peace between the couple. The tension and desire to work independently has drastically decreased. Now they analyze the situation together before reacting, allowing them to proceed more cautiously. At home in their living room, Sean says to Katie, "For the longest time, I didn't think we were going to be able to participate in the initiative. We were too divided and so unsure of each other. Things have changed now, and I could never ask for a better partner or a wife. Together we are not only going to survive, but dominate Armageddon," Sean says. "We've made mistakes, yet those mistakes have brought us looking forward to a brighter future. You're right, Armageddon will be ours, and it doesn't matter how much the others try to fight it, they will all fail," Katie replies. Walking over, Sean kisses her. He is truly in awe of her beauty and mind and has never encountered anyone like her. The fact that she's also sexy, brave, and adventurous adds to her mystique, and that's something he knows no one will overlook. He only wishes that they had a child of their own. "Has there ever been such a woman?" Sean asks. "I'm sure there has. Now let's get back to work," Katie answers. "You mistake my words," Sean says. "No, I have no interest in them. I want to make sure there are no holes in our strategy going forward," Katie replies. "We can't go on acting like the world doesn't matter. We matter," Sean says. "I never said we didn't, but our value is far more than you would ever know. I'm trying to ensure that it continues being so. Our name will be the only. I'm so sorry. Our name will be the one that history will remember. I've seen those men and women and know we are better than all of them because we stand miles ahead of them," Katie replies. Happy to hear those words, yet saddened by her lack of physical response, Sean looks at his wife with a defeated look in his eyes. He knows she's too far gone and won't stop until they've won the war. He is unable to shake the feeling that even though she's happy with her life, she will always want something bigger and better. She will always feel as if there's someone standing in her way, even when there's no one to be seen. Even knowing how her mind works and despite learning how to take charge in certain situations, be strong and at times unpredictable, Sean knows Katie is on a completely different level than her. Than he, and her pride is something he can never match. Yet seeing her take control over every situation has made him feel less than a man every time, something he never wants her to find out about. "Sean, I need to go somewhere alone and see someone before we head out to battle. This person needs to know the purpose at hand," Katie says, and he nods in agreement. Leaving, Katie gets in the car and starts to drive, envisioning a life where they're all happy and without consequences. There are many other things she has wanted throughout the years. A child has always been something they both wanted, but she never let Sean know exactly how strong her desire was because she didn't want to put any extra pressure on him. Arriving at the hospital, Katie heads straight to the basement without speaking a word to anyone. Everyone in the building has noticed she appears to be in a mood and respectfully avoids speaking to her and being on the receiving end of her wrath. Standing in front of a door, she unlocks it with her phone and enters the room, approaching the person underneath the covers. Pulling up the covers, Katie sees Cassandra curled up in a ball because the room is cold to prevent the growth of bacteria. She has a crazed look in her eyes, preparing herself mentally for a massacre or an awakening. Quickly, Katie covers Cassandra's head with a pillowcase to avoid identification and proceeds to take her out of the room. This catches the attention of another patient in the room across the hall. Noticing that she was seen by the man, Katie turns up the temperature in his room with the intention of giving him a heat stroke. She knows that there shouldn't be any more mercy for any of these people. She and Sean are ready for war and can't afford to be soft before going off on such a mission. "Where am I going? Why, what are you doing? Who are you?" a frantic Cassandra asks. You're making a mistake. You're making a mistake. Dr. Katie will not be happy with you," Cassandra adds as they walk into the elevator. Coming out of the elevator, Katie walks Cassandra past the front desk. The nurse and attendant doesn't make eye contact and continues to look down at her work, making sure that there's nothing which will cause Cassandra any harm. Katie walks her out the door. Any staff in attendance knows that it will most likely be the last time that person will ever be seen at the hospital. At the same time, they are left with a strong feeling of uncertainty. Seeing Dr. Katie take someone out to the real world, as she's normally the one who refuses to let anyone leave. After a short 10-minute drive from the hospital, they arrive at their destination. Katie removes the pillowcase, revealing to Cassandra the most beautiful scenery, a lake, something Cassandra has never witnessed. She is taking in all of it. How the sun is beaming on the water, how the wind caresses her skin and blows the sand upon her hand. There's no denying that she was afraid for her life for the entire duration of the ride. Even when she saw that it was Dr. Katie, the fear inside of her wouldn't fade. But now, after witnessing a sight unlike any other and enjoying the scenery, it sinks in that she will not be harmed here. Do you like it? Katie asks, watching Cassandra smile. It's wonderful. I have never seen anything like this. Thank you, Cassandra answers. No need to thank me. I've always wanted to have a daughter of my own, and getting to treat you as such has been an experience unlike any other. I know it may seem as if we've been treating you like an ugly stepchild, but that's far from it. We're proud of you, and I've always wanted something more for you. Giving you this little bit of paradise is just the beginning of what Providence will bring us, Katie says while placing her arm over Cassandra's shoulders. Does this mean I don't have to go back to that room? Cassandra asks. Not at all. You're out of there for good. You shall never have to see the inside of that room. You will have no more pain, Katie answers as Cassandra becomes overwhelmed with emotion. Now, do you want to see what's going on in the rooms that were next to yours? Katie asks while pulling out her phone. Cassandra looks on with childlike excitement, only to have it changed instantly. She sees that the man who is across the hall from her is lying on the floor from extreme increase in the temperature of the room. It's obvious he is not well. This has Cassandra feeling uncomfortable. It's not something she wishes to be a part of and doesn't know how to express those feelings to Dr. Katie. Having lived among the others for so long, even though they have never shared words, there's a bond among them. Sensing there's something wrong, Katie looks over at Cassandra, only to find her eyes turned away from the phone, and she appears to be troubled. Katie isn't sure as to the reason. Cassandra is horrified at the mere thought of participating in this, and her feelings are visible in her expression. Katie is unsure of what she wants to do, as this wasn't the reaction she was expecting, and far exceeds what she could have ever imagined. This is definitely a pity. We're like two sides of a coin, and yet it appears you don't care to share our interests. You could have presented the softer side to our lifestyle. While we would take care of the grotesque, the three of us could have done so many wonderful things. But I can see in your eyes that this isn't for you, sweet girl, Dr. Katie says. It's just hard to wrap my mind around it. Nothing else. I still want to be a member of the family. Family. More than you'll ever know. I want a place I can call my own and belong to, Cassandra replies, wiping the tears from her eyes. Oh my God. I keep jumping over my words. This is ridiculous. Don't cry. Why are you crying? You've done nothing to feel bad about, my dear. The mistake was mine. I thought I knew you, but I realize now I was wrong, Katie says while lifting Cassandra's face to look into her eyes. Thank you, but I still feel terrible about it. I do know that the world is vast, and I want to experience it all. I hope to travel the world with both of you one day. Yet before that, I hope you survive Armageddon, Cassandra replies, surprising Katie. How did you hear about that? Has Sean been coming down to see you? Katie asks. No, there's a countdown labeled Armageddon on your phone. I might not be as smart as you and Dr. Sean, but I know the meaning of the word. I don't know what it entails, but I hope you both are strong enough to survive, Cassandra answers. Smiling, Katie embraces Cassandra, finding comfort in her words. There is nothing she wants more than to head into Armageddon with something to look forward to at its conclusion. It will truly be a fight to the death, and the entire world will remember all the participants. At this moment right there, brings the most joy to the doctor's heart because it bodes hope for the future, one that she wishes to share with the people who matter the most to her. Cassandra, you know what we do. I have to say, though, you remind me more of Sean than of myself, and while that's not a bad thing, there is a downside to it. Something will have to change, Katie says while handing Cassandra a bottle of water and taking one for herself as well. Thank you. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to take credit away from anything it is you are doing. Dr. Sean has been good to me, as have you. I cherish both of you equally, Cassandra replies while taking a sip of water. Drinking her water, Katie has listened to everything that she just heard. She knows the girl has given a lot of thought to the matter. Katie is aware of what needs to be done while trying to avoid distractions going forward. It appears to Cassandra that something is weighing heavily on Dr. Katie's mind, but she starts to feel dizzy and unlike herself. Don't allow your judgment to be clouded by what runs through your mind at a time of doubt, Katie says. What's wrong with me? Cassandra asks. What's the matter? Katie answers. I'm not feeling good. I'm dizzy, and I feel like I'm going to pass out, a weakened Cassandra says. Honey, just relax. It'll pass soon. And once you're better, we will go from there. Drink some more water, Katie replies as Cassandra takes another sip. Trying to put Cassandra's mind at ease, Katie rubs Cassandra's back and wants to be as comforting as a mother as possible as this will be her only chance. Disappointed that it has come down to this, Katie knows this day will be the last day of her normal life and that everything she does from here on will be with the intention of providing none of the other members an advantage. How are you feeling? Katie asks, concerned. Cass, Katie says. Katie catches her just before Cassandra's head hits the sand. Looking into her glazed eyes, she tries to make sure there's nothing else that she might have overlooked. There doesn't appear to be any physical issues as Cassandra tries to grab Katie's hand. Locking fingers, Katie looks down as Cassandra struggles frantically but grows weaker by the second and is unable to speak. Cassandra, there's nothing more I would have loved more than to see you on our side. But since you can't commit to the cause, this is something that needed to be done. You can't become a distraction. This doesn't change how I feel about you, and I'm doing it for your well-being as well as mine. If I don't do it, someone else will, and they will be extremely vicious and ruthless about it, Katie says as Cassandra's eyes widen. There. Just go into the light and fade away in the darkness of this world, my child. You've made a huge impact on my life. Our lives are one and will never, ever be forgotten, Katie adds as Cassandra fades into oblivion. That's the end of chapter 16. The next one will be chapter 17. And then chapter 18. And then we will be done. And we will find the epic conclusion of the Doctors. Yay. Okay. So until next time, please like, share, subscribe. Tell your friends. Tell me if I'm doing a good job. Comment. Let me know. Anything. Tell me if you like the book. I like it. So anyways, okay. So next time, guys, I'll see you later. Bye.